Hello guys, good day. For today's video, we're going to discuss about the media and information sources. Okay. Again, welcome back to my channel. It's nice to share another lesson video for you. Okay, so our objectives for this lesson, we're able to compare potential sources of media and information. So what are those sources? And then interviews an elder from the community regarding the indigenous media and information sources. So this is an optional because as of today we don't have that. We're not allowed to have a face-to-face conversation because of the pandemic. All right. Let's define the different terms. So we have indigenous. It connotes that the person belongs to an ethnic tribe who has preserved and still practice the culture and tradition of their ancestors. Oral tradition, form of narration wherein the elder recount their culture to their children and grandchildren through the legends, folk tales, epics, mythologies, and folk songs, and so on. Legend, fiction which tells about the origin of something. Yeah, we're familiar with that. Folktale, narration about the characteristics of time and place where the story is being told. Epic tells a heroic adventure of main character that sometimes possess extraordinary powers. And mythology tells how the lives of mortals or humans are influenced by God. So we have different examples of that. Okay, so another one, primary sources. We already discussed this, the primary and secondary. So original materials, artifacts, documents, there's recordings. With you have direct contact with those sources. Secondary documents made after the event has taken place. So you already have studied or comments, reviews, different primary sources. So it would be considered secondary already. Okay, let's start. So, sources of information for history and science. We have the first one, indigenous sources. So, these are sources of information that has a rich heritage. So, when you say indigenous, it actually exists naturally in a particular region or environment. All right. As an example of indigenous people. So, different tribes. Oral tradition, so form of narration wherein the elders recount their culture, their children and grandchildren. So meaning they are passing to their generation the different stories that they had in the past for them to be knowledgeable about what happened during those times. Okay, so it is actually done through the storytelling. So the ancestor passed down their tradition to the next generation in the form of storytelling. Legend, familiar with this. Fiction, which tells about the origin of something. We have example here, the legend about the pineapple. So this is very common, especially when I was a child. I actually heard this story a lot. Okay. Folktale is similar to the legend, the narration about the characteristic of the time and place where the story is being told. So example is the story of Bernardo Carpio is from Montalban Rizal. So different places in the Philippines, they have different folktale, right? Okay. Epic tells heroic adventure of main character that sometimes possess extraordinary powers. So example, Ramayana, a Hindu epic about the adventurers of the journey of Rama. All right, so they have powers. That's the difference in the folktale. Okay. The mythology tells how the lives mortals or humans are influenced by the gods. So Zeus or Jupiter is considered the most powerful god with the thunderbolt weapon. We also have Hercules, right? So it's one of the mythology as well. It is referring to gods and goddesses. They have superpowers. Is coming from the Greek. Okay. Next, all right. So this is a review. Primary sources, relics, or artifacts or pottery or ornaments or anything found on the historical burial sites are considered primary sources of information, as these are concrete evidence of things used by people in the past. So you have direct contact with all those living heritage that we have that shows the culture of the people in the past. So you can consider that as primary sources, specifically the materials that you can find in the museum. Alright, one of the example is the Laguna Copperplate. So also shows the laws already existed back then um, about the settlement of the debt. Alright. The writings is so hard to read. It's like Alibata or something. Secondary sources. This is second-hand accounts about a particular event, person, or information. So like what we have discussed before. So this actually came from primary sources that's already been studied, or they reviewed or put comments on it, improve or something. So it is considered to be a secondary sources. Advantages and limitation of some forms of media. So we have here the table. So the print media information is comprehensive but easy to read. The limitation, information can easily become outdated. Yes, because the information evolve from time to time. You cannot, we don't have control over it. Accessible even there is no electricity. Yep. The material is made of paper. It can easily get wet or burned. That's true. Readily available at the library. Researching and reading can be a time consuming. Yes. Affordable and easy to carry. Some of the materials are for for library use only. For the broadcast media, very versatile, as it offers audio and visual presentation. Information, for the limitation, information can only be accessed if one has the television or radio. If you have the appliances or the gadget or the device, so you can access that. But if you don't have, there's a lot of ways to. Information can be interactive, as it can be viewed or heard. It cannot be accessed without electricity. Of course, you cannot see it. Some forms of broadcast media give the audience airtime to express their opinions. Yeah, it's true. Okay, that's the difference. I mean the advantages and limitation. For the new media, information can be retrieved easily and readily available and can usually be accessed freely. The user should be skilled in information technology. Yes, if you don't know how to use the internet, then you cannot access that. You should be technology driven, or techie in short. It is always updated. The user needs to have a computer with internet access. Yeah, it needs resources. Email allows a researcher to communicate with the person local or abroad. It is very easy for the communication. Researchers needs to verify if the email address belongs to the resource person. There's a lot of viruses coming out through the use of email, so we should be very careful using that. All right, next. Oh, that's it for this lesson. Very short. So basically, this is just an additional lesson to the information literacy. All right. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you have any more question, clarification, just send a message to me or write a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe and click the or hit the notification bell so you will be updated to all my videos. All right, again, thank you so much for listening and watching. You have a good day and keep safe.